Hey, what's up? Kyle Leon back here with my buddy, training partner, and fellow Blue Star sponsored athlete, Aaron Giberson. And today we're going to do a short video for you addressing a lot of emails that have been coming in from guys that are struggling to bring up lagging body parts and basically looking for some tips on how to bring up those lagging body parts, because it is a very common problem out there that certain body parts grow quicker than others, and there are some actual strategies we can use and implement to help bring up these lagging body parts.
So the first thing you want to consider is getting on a brand new training program. So that means whatever you're currently doing, putting it on the back burner, and then definitely starting up and kickstarting a brand new training program. So, if you're currently doing like a strength type program, maybe jumping onto like a hypertrophy or something like that. There's a million different ways to train. But the big key is starting up something new. And basically what that's going to do is, kickstart some new muscle gains. You can only draw from the well so many times, and you can only get results from, a program for so long. So kickstarting a new program will definitely help bring up those lagging body parts.
Prioritize your workouts around your lagging body part and or doubling up. Say, for instance, our lagging body part is triceps. Well, we definitely want to make sure that we hit our triceps, if it's arm day, for instance, first in that particular workout and at the start of the week when our energy reserves are at its highest, our glycogen levels are typically at its highest, we're coming off of a day off. These are all things to consider and strategically, an intelligent approach to building up that lagging body part. But that being said, there's also another strategy which is based around doubling up your workouts and attacking that particular lagging muscle group in two different ways, but in the same week. Let Aaron explain.
Yeah, totally. Doing the twice a week workouts is another great way and great strategy to bring up those lagging body parts. So basically what that means, you don't just do the same workout twice a week. There's only so much your central nervous system and your muscles can handle. So it's being very strategic in implementing two totally different workouts for that lagging body part. So what we're talking about here, because you can only place so much demands, is that first workout in the week where you're doing triceps, whatever, is basically doing a lot of high volume, attacking with heavy weights, and doing compound lifts. So your compound lifts for triceps are going to be your heavy skull crushers, close grip bench, heavy dumbbell press. And then later in the week, doing more of a pump workout, where basically you're putting less demands on the muscle, so you're not overstimulating and overtaxing the central nervous system. And we're going to do so by doing less volume and more isolated movements with slightly higher reps. So for example, it's going to be like your one arm tricep stuff. So one arm tricep push downs, or one arm dumbbell kickbacks, things like that. Implementing this is a great strategy, but the only caution is you can only really do this for, say 12 to 16 weeks. Anything beyond that, you're going to kind of, get close to crossing the line for doing overtraining.
Exactly. So consider the first workout in the week for the lagging body part very heavy, very compounding, very much taxing on the central nervous system. Second workout in the week, really consider it the pump workout. You're really trying to get as much blood flow engorged into the working muscles possible and attacking those muscle fibers in a different way. Brings us to tip number 3. As we know, nutrition is the most vital and crucial part of any physique development goal. When it comes to building muscle mass of a lagging body part, this remains completely true. And instead of going on a bunch of different tangents and strategies that could be used to help bring up lagging body parts through nutrition, we want to stick with the two most important ones that, especially if you're an ectomorph, listen up, or a hard gainer in nature, because this applies to you more than the other particular body types. We want to make sure, that with our nutrition we're accomplishing maximum glycogen in our muscles, in that lagging body part, meaning that we're going to want to have and consume adequate amount of carbohydrates before that workout, so that when we enter that workout, the working muscle is completely topped off with glycogen. Why? Because glycogen is basically your muscle's energy reserve. It means that your muscle is going to have maximum energy available to it, and it's going to create an anabolic environment. Secondary to that point is the fact that when we have sufficient carbohydrate intake before our workout, before, during, and after our workout, basically, we're going to have a maximum insulin release. Insulin is responsible for transporting the vital nutrients needed for muscle growth into our muscle cells. We got to make sure that if you're going to miss on the carbohydrate side, it's on the high side, Especially if you're an ectomorph in nature. We want to be aggressive with our carbohydrate before, during, and after our workout. Aaron, what other tips do you have for that?
I mean, yeah, obviously the nutrition, especially on those leg and body part days, is almost crucial. So some other little tips you can do if you don't have time to get a big carbohydrate meal in before or during or after is making use of supplements. So I do this with a lot of my bodybuilding clients or some of my other clients where they make use of products like Vitargo or waxy maize. So it's a good starchy carb powder they can have right before their workout, which is going to top up their glycogen storage, so to help fuel those killer workouts. And then obviously sometimes I get some really skinny guys that I'll have them drink this Vitargo during their workouts to keep kind of topping it up and to keep the insulin flowing.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then afterwards, making use of, definitely a simple sugar like dextrose with a little bit of isolate to just kickstart the recovery, kickstart getting that glycogen back in the muscles so you can just start recovering after those body parts. One last tip that you can implement to help bring up these leg and body parts is controlling the negative. Now, I know this is something that you hear time and time again, but it's more so for guys that have very imbalanced physiques. So you see these guys with massive arms and a very underdeveloped chest. A lot of times what's going on here is, say during an exercise like bench press, the arms are overpowering the exercise. And this absolutely kills any gains they can get on their leg and body part, their chest. So basically what happens is, as they're lowering the bar, it's their arms are overpowering. So they're taking a lot of that stress away from the chest and thus, absolutely killing their workouts. So by controlling the negative, it really improves the mind to muscle connection so they can help keep the stress on the chest the entire time.
Awesome. Well, we hope that you found that information useful and you can implement one or all of those strategies when you find yourself faced with a leg and body part that you're struggling to bring up.